Right, guys. I know this is a little bit late. I'm just gonna catch up on stuff, especially with Ashes. Right now, their 24-hour streams going up. If by the time you see this video, which I'm gonna try and put out tonight, go tune into that because they'll be streaming in for their charity event for Extra Life all day today. They just did their first 20 key giveaway. Congratulations to everyone who won a key. I know everyone's going to enjoy this game, especially even in the pre-alpha and the alpha 1 tests. What I've seen so far has been above and beyond what I would have expected from a game in alpha at all. These people are really making me question what I thought my expectations on what alphas should be and what they are right now. And I think a lot of MMOs, a lot of games are going to have to step up their alpha and beta processes because in my opinion, Intrepid is doing with MMOs what CD Projekt Red did for single player RPGs with the Witcher series. Just to open everyone's eyes, like, man, this will work if we treat our community right. If we put up good work, people will show up. What does this mean? So I really thank Intrepid, Steve, and everyone over Intrepid for putting in the hard work on this. And this has been an amazing process to watch, not only as a fan of MMOs, but also as someone who is exploring a career in computer science and programming and all of that. It's been very eye-opening for me, and I want to say thank you as a player, and another thank you as someone who is stepping foot in that field of study. I really do appreciate that. So without further ado, we're not going to watch the whole development update. They went through a lot of the... they're going to go through a lot of the... I believe this is the same one where they announced the winners of the Glorious Gourd contest, which was their pumpkin carving contest for... it was for Alpha 1 keys plus a few other prizes. I believe the I don't know which first place winner. I don't remember the prizes on that. I believe it was one of the new 3060s or 3080 graphics cards. But I'd have to double check on that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get on this. Right now, on the screen right now, before we get into what is their early look into PvP combat with a very small scale PvP scenario going on. Their schedule right now for the pre-alphas and the alpha 1. So you see we have a week in December, a week in February, a week in March, and then a whole month starting the beginning of April. Again, Steven has made a few announcements as far as purchasing an Alpha 1 key. Right now, that is stopped for the moment. Depending on the previews and how well their servers can handle stuff, if they can accept more people going into the Alpha 1 test, I'm sure that they will be more than happy to open that back up for purchase. And I'm sure they'll be giving out a few more keys along the way. So if you don't have a key, just be patient. Be there for all the giveaways. Support them in any way you can. And be a part of the community. Be sure in the description of this video, add in their Discord server and all of that. So you can look them up on their Discord. Follow them on Twitter. Follow them on Facebook. That's the best ways to get a hold of them. During a lot of their posts on Twitter, I've had back and forth with both Margaret and the actual Ashes of Creation Twitter. Me being so small, for them to even message me back at all on stuff has been amazing. I really thank you guys for that. It really makes someone think that you're not in here just for the big guys or anything like that. That you see, like, you appreciate all of the community. So thank you guys. And without further ado, let's get into this.
Hello everybody! Welcome to another video inside the pre-alpha testing for our Alpha 1. As you can see, I'm surrounded by some fellow compatriots here outside of a castle. They are jumping up and down like crazy. We're just having a good old
While
day
Steven is talking real quick, I will go ahead and say that he did kind of preference that they realized like the particle effects, especially in this close quarter combat, was a little much. They both explained that it'll be an option on your side to lessen the particle effects and stuff for it. And plus, they're looking at probably if it's like party of like 20 or more to dampen the particle effects on their side as well.
Some of the player character movement and how that needed to be a little smoothed up, and we've gotten some good progress out of today's testing. Compliments of our glorious engineering team, in particular Adam Prepatch has been doing a great job on the movement update, so that's good to see. But what you guys can see now is we're in front of a castle, and as you guys know, castles can be owned by guilds, essentially guilds that are capable of winning the siege, the initial siege of a castle, and defending it over time. Some of the things we talked about in the past, a little bit about castle sieges, is that in the weeks preceding the actual castle siege, there will be nodes that the owning guild will have to kind of develop, and part of that development is kind of collecting taxes from the nodes that exist under the purview of that economic region that this castle holds control over. So while obviously not all the systems are in place for Alpha, what we thought we'd do today is demonstrate a little bit of some group v group combat within the castle. There is an objective inside this particular castle right now.
And the objective he talked about was just like a little cart that they're having to protect.
To get a foothold inside, eliminate the defending players, and see if we can destroy some of the caravans.
Try. You could try to eliminate
us. Are you on the enemy team, Margaret?
I am on the enemy team.
Oh my god.
I always love the banter between them.
Are you
it's always so genuine and heartwarming. It's nice.
What are the defenders doing?
It's nice. This is how devs are supposed to react to their community.
Wow. Like they should be. Oh, they're all moving now that I said that.
Are they playing leapfrog?
I was just like, they're not really in a defending position right now.
Well, there's no time like the present, so let us see if we can we can get in there, guys. Let's move forward. Let's charge. All right, don't shoot until you see the whites in their eyes.
I'm coming after you, Maggie.
You can try. Come at me. I have people to protect me.
As the tank, I'll run in first. Oh god. Oh my god, I cannot see anything.
Oh my god, I cannot see anything.
Oh my god.
Ah, look, he automatically died. But, you know, GMs have special powers.
Want to cheat a little bit?
Oh, Steven. Oh, Steven.
Health real quick, hold on. Fix it.
Now, I will say that the particle effects aren't as bad as, let's say, a lot of like the raid and boss fights in group combat of Final Fantasy XIV. But it is like, it could definitely be confusing to players. I could definitely see that.
I saw you, Steven.
Get over here.
Like that, yeah. Not being able to see. So, I definitely see people's issue with that, and I know Steven sees that as well, and I'm sure that they'll look into that and see what they can do.
Covering fire.
No, you killed me.
Oh, my fellow attackers are here. Clear the field and let's try to take down the caravan.
There's not much to see. I like a lot of the spell effects.
I could only heal so
they're
much.
coming in from the west.
I will say a couple stuff here. As far as what they've been saying, like, hey, our free action combat is very pre-alpha. We're still working on it and stuff. It is actually.
Keep targeting the caravan.
It impresses me more than it disappoints me.
This poor horse is so nonchalant.
I am impressed with the state that it's in right now. I definitely want to actually get my hands on it and see how their hybrid system works with each other. How the tab targeting stuff works with the
you can loot stuff. Try to loot stuff.
The free action combat and stuff. But as far as like the attacks go, they have said that it is AoE attacks in a cone. All your weapons will have that, and that is all like
Adam.
on click. It's like action combat style there, which I'm fine with.
Oh no, we gotta run.
So I like it. I appreciate it. Keeps me like in the fluid motion of combat and everything. I like that. And I believe as far as the combat, that was kind of it there.
What?
It was a very, very, very early thing there for
It
that.
might have been
that
gold.
money.
I think it might have been gold.
To pay our
So
mayor, GM
let me
Alex.
look. Because they showed off some more
Anyways, guys,
assets
all in
and
one place.
stuff.
Just wanted to show you some of the very early Alpha 1 combat. Obviously, we're going through a significant overhaul of the combat stats system. In addition, you'll likely see in the non-NDA version of the Alpha 1 some major changes in the general feel and appearance of combat as our designers are continuing to overhaul and iterate on the testing that we've done thus far. So,
Which he also includes
really
the particle
appreciate
effect
everybody
stuff
kinda
in that.
tuning in and watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, as I said, it's early, but you'll be able to then see, hey, Alex, what are you trying to do here? Unbelievable. Look at this. Look at this unadulterated anger from Alex.
Yeah, I'm watching from above.
Anyways, we'll see you guys back on the stream.
See ya.
Bye now.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead, mute it for a second, and we're going to jump ahead where they went over some more art asset stuff.
Bear with us as we go through them. While I'm going through these, because there are a lot, in regards to junior buildings and junior objects and things of that sort, and then we go into kind of like plant life stuff. So if we want to first talk a little bit about the work that's going towards nodes and leveling up process, I know we've been talking about this as we've gone further and further, but obviously there's more work being done every month in this. This is part of a big system that will affect all of, like, a lot of our systems in game. It's like a core system. So if you don't mind talking a little bit about what's happened between last month to this month in regards to that, and I will go through all of these assets.
Sorry, I missed the first part of the question.
I also missed the first. I was hoping
Oh,
Jeff didn't miss
weird.
the first part of the question.
If you guys want to talk, I'm going to go through the junior buildings and objects, and there's a lot of them. If you guys don't mind talking a little bit about the node process and that.
Oh, the
Node
node
process.
process.
Like
What is...
the work that's gone on between last month and this month. Obviously, it's a core
I see,
system
I
that
see,
we
I see what
have.
you're saying. I
Yeah.
see. Yeah. So essentially,
You guys are distracting them. Stop it, chat.
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, moving into Alpha 1, we've started to stand up additional components for how design and environment approach the propagation of nodes within the world. So originally it was a little bit more brute force and manual how the placement of buildings within a node's essential levels, and as it leveled up, it would unmask those buildings. It would show those buildings, so to speak. What we've done now is engineering has provided tools to essentially give the design team this design data table by which they can drive at scale the larger selection of nodes that exist within the world. Jeff, if you want to expand a little bit on that.
Yeah. So as Steve was saying before, like the tech for the node system that you've seen previously has all been sort of like the underlying backend stuff that manages all of that. But in terms of like the actual presentation of the node, it was all fairly static. So we had kind of the same node stamped across the world, and each node kind of felt the same, right? So now what we're getting and what has kind of been unlocked is the ability to do things more dynamically and more procedurally, so that when a node spawns, there is the opportunity to have different layouts and have different buildings and have different sort of architectures, and each node starts to feel like its own place, right? So it's not the same node over and over again. Now we've got a node that kind of evolves and changes depending on where it's at and what the environment is and what race has procced it. So we start to get some of that differentiation that we haven't had previously. And so this is what I call like our real node system. Now we can do some really cool things where, you know, when a node levels up, it maintains this sort of the same feeling. So it feels like it's growing out from its city center, right? And it has this identity that it kind of evolves, and people get to understand it. But then when it gets destroyed and it starts over again and people re-level it, it's completely different the next time. So
Yes.
That's a lot of like where we're playing with right now and trying to figure out sort of the best way for design to approach that problem in terms of populating NPCs and putting quests in, making those quests smart. So that's kind of where we're at that point. We're playing with the real node system, and that's sort of what you'll be starting to see in these alpha previews. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done there, so it will feel more static than what I'm talking about, but the underlying architecture is there, and as we get more and more assets, we'll be able to sort of build that out and get that full dynamic feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And then I do have some other things that I want to bring up, so I'm going to move those up in the scene here. We can go over those.
So that was
Also
an
got
let me
rocks.
pause on that. That was an aspect on the node system because I wanted to listen in on that because I remember going through this, but it's been a while since I saw this video. Sorry, a couple weeks. So the fact that they're putting in the extra work that, okay, you build up this node and it grew in this way. Like these NPCs were here, these NPCs were first and stuff like that. And then when that gets destroyed and that gets brought back down to 0 and then you rebuild it again, that it's not the same node. It's the same rebuilding process, but the same maybe the same node is built in like 1 out of 50 times. But it's definitely not like when you build this node, there's only 3 options it can be and stuff like that. I really do appreciate that kind of forethought into it. I do also love when you look into this, the scale, as you see a house here and you see a bunch of units and stuff. This is all the assets and stuff that they were just showing off and everything. That is all to scale there. You see like the doors and stuff that were there and everything stuff over there. So let's continue
This
that
is
on.
kind of like these big.
This is no
rocks.
rock.
You know what? You know that's not a rock. That's an overhead.
Yeah, it's like the overhang on the
of that
island,
concept that you should, yeah, exactly, that we showed previously in the past. I believe this mesh kind of helps to facilitate that over arc that exists where ships can kind of sail through along the ocean. Yeah,
and
I know
that's
other
a
people are
house
like,
down there
it's
for
a
scale.
rock. For us, it's like this is the rock.
And those are little NPCs and stuff down there.
yep,
Yeah,
those are
it's
little
That's how
NPCs
big
show
and
you
houses.
the scale of how big that thing is. And then obviously we have some more plant life that has been being given some love. I saw you guys commenting on the grass, which is funny because everyone's like, we've had that grass there forever, but y'all really liked it. There's even more amazing plant life coming. If you're a plant mom like me, or plant dad, whatever you define yourself. There's lots.
I will say, like, a lot of like the forestry and
would like to have my house
shrubbery
filled
and
with
the plant
plants
life on this
even,
looks
so-
like really
Yeah, I mean,
looks
one of
really
the,
good.
Big directives for the environment team, and
If you
I know
noticed-
Mia has been amazing in this regard.
Crap. Actually, you know what? We're gonna bring it back here, because I can totally show this off, like, and this.
Players that are kind of using
Let's
these
look here.
effects,
Look at this.
Not only will the
Look at
effects be
the wind
customizable
kind of
on
going through the
client
grass and
side to
stuff
kind
right
of
there.
tune them to a degree.
Oh, fucking mute Steven for a minute. I'm sorry, Steven. But even when he's moving his camera and you see the active wind kind of blowing the grass, you can't really tell. You can see kind of it's blowing the shrubbery a little bit. You can see a little bit moving like in the trees and stuff right there. The type of detail is awesome. Look at that. Look how wildly the grass looks really good. Why am I being so fascinated by grass in a game? I can't tell you. The last video that they did, no one's like said anything. There was a couple mentions in Twitch chat, which I thought was funny during the stream developer update and everything. But there was this active like volcano erupting in the background that looked really good, and I'm like, is that just kind of like background asset, or is that like something that I can go to? That was pretty cool. So let's go back to the plants.
You grow your own plants and then put them in your house and stuff like that. I would hope.
Let's keep going on in there.
To tier, and what size your home is will grant you different access to certain tiers of decor items, right? So perhaps only a mansion, person who owns a mansion category type home can have a particular potted plant that yields a unique item that's incorporated into the craftability of certain alchemical potions or crafted items, whatever.
I believe
People
net
saying
stuff
that
is a
plants are
lot
useless.
of
Do
armor
not even
stuff.
come fight
And
me. Water your plants, people. All right, we're gonna move on to character stuff.
as I know in I believe
so-
in the pre-alpha they're going to start working with or in alpha 1 they're going to start messing around with the character creator, which is going to be awesome. Intrepid, Ashes of Creation. I want insane character creation. I want Black Desert Online levels of character creation. Go to their character creation, anybody. They have the most insane character creation options on almost any big MMO to date. When I tier MMO's character creation, the bottom is WoW. There's little to no. Very little. Than there should be for a 13-year-old game. Kind of they haven't upgraded that forever. Right now in Shadowlands, when that comes out later this month, this is the first time that anything has really been added to that in any like aspect of adding to character creation at all. Which it saddens me a bit, because that just, if I can't make the character my own, then that's just another hill for me to get over on immersing myself in your game. Why are you making another hill instead of just putting the effort and making a good character creation system? So, Ashes Creation, I need you to go crazy with this. I want to be able to edit basically everything about my character. do BG Black Desert Online levels of character creation on that. That's what I hope for.
Those of you who paid attention to our creative director's letter, you might have seen some of these, but we also have some video footage for you. And I know Stephen also might have shared some of these as well. But if you haven't been, this is a great time to keep up with things on our development update. So look at that hair.
These are so. Obviously, as we continue to move forward in the character art towards essentially when we get to a place of having the character creator we want to present to the players and you guys be able to kind of play with that before launch and save, different designs that you have. We take feedback from the players and art is obviously a work in progress. And you can see how, if you look back, a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, where the character was, or no, don't. Not that, Jeff. If you look back 3 years ago, will you really be scared? But you can see kind of how the character progresses. And this is a great example of just the hairstyle and fidelity that's possible of these particular hairstyles. This one was done by, I believe, Jinsey, and she knocked this one out of the park. But just kind of gives you an idea from a fidelity perspective where we're headed. And here you can see male version of different hairstyles as well. And players can obviously select to have their helmets visible or not visible.
I love the armor look too, by the way.
Cool hairdos.
Yeah.
They're cool hairdos.
They're cool hairdos.
Here. And we got our little dwarf friend here.
Oh, nice! I love the dwarven hair. The
I
female
love the
dwarven
shaved sides. Like it's a very in style right now.
I
Yeah,
appreciate the different style where the human armor was very curved, had the points, where you would see a lot of human medieval armor, like plate armor, have, and the dwarves very rigid. It has the built up rigid sides. It feels a lot more square. Their dwarfs definitely are a little more stout, a little bit more built. I like on the shoulder pauldrons the layers that they've put on the armor, on there and on the gloves and stuff too. I like kind of all that little detail. Let me see if I can get back in the back. Yeah, like a little bit more leather. Yeah, you could definitely see like that and that's up there.
And then we're going to be moving on.
I really
to
like
some
that
armor
look.
Pieces. But I wanted to give that dwarf a little spin. And then, so these first ones are some leather pieces that are on the Kalar, and then we'll be moving into some Veyloon, like cloth and leather armor. So, are these off?
Yeah, so those are level 1 through 10 Kalar leather, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So just to kind of give you guys an example of the in-game armors that are earnable, achievable, craftable, level 1 through 10, you kind of get an idea of where it's, visually where those sets are going to be at from both a silhouette standpoint as well as from a, texture and material standpoint. Give you guys an idea. And then, obviously progression in armors, then this would be a Veyloon 10 through 20. I believe this is a 10 through 20 leather set as well. So this is of the Veyloon, and this is, I'm pretty sure this one's the in-game version. I don't think this is from a cosmetic set.
I like the different styles of the leather and cloth armor and stuff like that.
As players progress from levels 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 30 through 40, right? Each of those tiers are going to kind of, respective to their armor type, are going to progress in silhouette. They're going to progress in, in the intricacies that are present from a component standpoint on the armor, and kind of just continue to level up until eventually you get up to, and you guys haven't seen this yet, but when you get up to 40 to 50 armor or top level armor at level 50, these are going to be pretty significant, sets that look pretty badass, or excuse me, pretty bad butt.
Bad.
Bad butt sounds worse
Bad
somehow.
Pretty bad.
Oh my goodness, that's too funny. And then the long-awaited next segment that we'll be talking about is our glorious goal.
So then they go off and they talk about the glorious gourd stuff. So while I go ahead and set up the other one, let's go ahead and just switch up. Hey guys, we're doing a talk right here. So let's think. Actually, we're gonna go to here. So hey guys, green screen's up. Let's see how this is going. I will say once again, like, as far as everything goes from the studio, I've been above and beyond impressed with everything that they've brought out and brought forward on this. How long? So the cleric one is only like 2 minutes and stuff, so we'll end with that one. That I know. It goes through a lot of the actual cleric skills and stuff like that. I'm actually hoping that they do one of these for the classes that they will have out. Which, let me actually bring up... if I can bring up their... Because I know that on their wiki, it actually goes through what are they wanting to do with this. So we'll go ahead and we'll go back here. Let's bring this back up. Boom, Alpha 1. That's where we needed to go. All right. This wiki is awesome, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let's move me. Down over here. That way I'm not in the way of everything here. So, first off, the hybrid combat, yeah. They're progressing to level 20. There'll be 4 playable races. So we'll have the cleric, the fighter, the mage, the ranger, and the tank archetypes in Alpha 1. The bard, the rogue, and the summoner will follow later in development. The secondary archetypes, which is when you have your main archetype, and then later on down the line you choose your second to. It's kind of your one decision that makes your in-game character. That brings aspect of your second archetype into your first, so you can be a fighter ranger, so now you have like some range capabilities when you pick that ranger subclass and everything. And they said that will be for Alpha 2 so far. The Alpha 1 map will have many islands and a mainland area. It'll roughly be 100 kilometers squared in size. This size is approximately 20% of the total world map that they are expecting to create for the game. Okay. At least for release. Alpha 1 takes place in the northwest part of the map. Nodes will be fully featured. Node progression will be to Village Stage 3. I believe there's 5 stages. So this is more than half the stages they're trying to do. They previously wanted to do Stage 4. But I'm guessing with COVID and stuff, they had to bring that down to Stage 3. There will be 8 nodes in this, which will be nice. in the same location, normally there would be 18 to 20 nodes. So they're starting with the 8. See how that works. 8. If there's no bugs with that, they might start adding in more until they come up with more problems and issues, because they want to run into those. They want to run into problems and issues now so they can see, okay, here's what we need to work on now. The node zone of influence in Alpha 1 will be larger than the final map. So that's because they're only doing 8 nodes right now. And they want those to interact with each other. Oh, questing, but questing will be placeholder until Alpha 2. They'll have portions of the pleasure housing available. They'll have portions of the artisan and crafting classes. They want to test the guilds, the castles, the corruption, which is the whole PvP system, character creator, the merchant systems, the player trading, the social organizations, the name reservations. They're thinking 2 to 3 servers. So that ends up being either 3,000, 400 to 500 players. They are wanting to test dual weapons, so like dual daggers, dual swords, something like that. Still, they have on here the possibility of exploring a lot of the naval systems that they want. Fishing, naval combat, exploration, all of that. And again, reminder that during this, UI and tutorial systems are placeholder and will be that way until Alpha 2 so far. Okay. So now that we got that, we should be able to go, and let's go ahead and get started on this cleric. And then after we go through this, we'll close it up, and that'll be the video today, guys. Let's do this a little bit, because I want to actually read some of this stuff too. So it lashes your target with holy energy, dealing direct damage, provides health regeneration and mana restoration for you and surrounding allies. So it's an attack plus a heal, which is awesome. Chain heal. Alright. Hollowed ground. Damage area effect, dealing damage to enemies, healing allies. Ooh, that was cool. Resurrection. Damnation. Curses your target. Lowering their damage output. Bastille. Alright. Some of them are just kind of Some of them were not. Some of them were pretty cool. The spear. The red there, that just looks good. I like that. That's probably my favorite one out of that. Resurrection looks okay. Again, it looks alpha. I do appreciate being as, if you know me, I'm a very big tabletop player. Hashtag check out my stream tabletop content and check out on YouTube. We'll have a playlist on there. That's our persistent campaign that we're doing. That's our campaign 2. Our first campaign didn't get recorded. I didn't have all of this recorded equipment and stuff like that in this computer back then. That lasted about a year. So now that I have this set up, started recording that stuff for everyone. So please go check that out. But I want to say like the glyphs and stuff that are happening around here during the resurrection, like all of that, like that. That's an amazing, cool effect touch there. Look at that. I think what I would do if, hey Ashes, if you actually see this video, here's my 2 cents in here. Give me just a second. I could get a text real quick. When he's getting picked up, he just stands up. What I would want is something that shows like in the picture, like him being kind of lifted up, waking up, and then being like put on his feet. I'm sure they'll probably come up with something like that. When I think of resurrection, that's what I want. Wow, does the resurrect you just stand up? Don't do that. Be like, crap, I'm pretty sure I could actually find one. Give me just a second here. Let me see if we can look at like. Not looking like I can actually find that and stuff. But you guys know what I'm talking about on that. I want that like divine power to kind of, I'm dead, laid on the ground like that, all limp, and I want it to lift me up. I pulse into life like in the air, so I jolt, and then it like sets me on my feet there. That's kind of my 2 cents on that. Is there any others that... the hollowed ground. Let me look at that one again. I kind of would like the effect of like the sigil there on the ground than I would the particle effects that are happening there. I would rather much have like that sigil on the ground. Maybe have like a burning effect on the sigil lines and stuff like that to indicate, hey, if you're an enemy, you're taking fucking damage in this. Let's see. The spear was just awesome. I wouldn't change anything on that. That's cool. I think this is a little lackluster for my taste. I don't know what to do on that one. I don't know what they're wanting to do with that one. Rips with your target spirit, changing the damage over time. It's just a little bit lackluster for me on that. I'm on Judgment. Have me, like, you already have me throwing a spear. Let me have the full thing and have it be like a hammer like that. Just have the bolt just be the hammer that you throw. Make it a cool cleric, man. Because you have the spear, have Judgment be like a light projected version of the weapon that you carry. If it's a spear too, that's fine. But if you're holding a sword, let it be the sword. If it's a mace, let it be the mace. That'd be my input on that. I will also say for this cleric, again, this is only like levels 1 through 10 active skills. I did not see any like CC stuff, which that could be a totally different thing. They're putting more stuff in there. This being a CC, like a single target CC, might not be a bad thing. But I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot on that, saying that's what they should do. If they haven't come up with one yet, that's where I would put the single target CC right there. I think having that effect on it, that might be good. And the way I would do that, like effect looking like, is like almost like them in pain, their spirits being attacked. So they're kind of like lifted off the ground a little bit, almost maybe forcefully, like their legs are kicking or something like that. But they're feeling so much pain, they like jolt forward and stuff like that. That would be my input on that. Again, this is like alpha, guys. There's not much I can say on that. Because this isn't all the skills. This is 1 through 10. This is only active skills. So this is just like a small preview. I'm sure they have other ideas as far as that. That's why that they are game designers, and I am just a programmer. Programmer in training. So, what? I think that then is that on there. But as far as like that falling animation stuff, it was good. I like that falling animation for pre-alpha right now. That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, that was both us looking at the preview of the PvP combat, and then us looking at the cleric art type video that they had put out. Remember, they're doing their 24-hour Extra Life charity stream right now. Go check it out. As of right now, I think they're only like 3 or 4 hours in at the moment, and they've already hit all of their milestones that they had put out. So I don't know what they're going to do after that. See what happens. They may do more key giveaways. I do not know. They gave away 20 already. So I wouldn't put my heart on that. They might be giving away more. They might not. We'll see. But check that out. I will be doing Ashes Creation content, MMO content, and all of my tabletop RPG content here. The tabletop RPG is live every Thursday. Sadly, that is the same day as Critical Role, so I'm fighting with Critical Role. So, yay me. But if you want to, come check us out. I still need to edit one episode that I'm behind on, and I apologize for that. So there is 10 episodes right now on our playlist for what's called Oblivion's Calling. It is our persistent world tabletop RPG campaign that we're doing in Pathfinder 2nd Edition at the moment, while my GM finishes publishing and working on his own system he's been creating. We do it on Roll20. We will be moving to Tailspire sometime next year. We're thinking probably around March, or it might end up being the summer of next year, depending on what all they've added into Tailspire and what all is going on with that. So I will put links down for Ashes Creation, their Twitch, their Discord. Be sure to follow their Twitter, follow my Twitter, follow them on Facebook. I also have a Facebook, Warhite Gaming, on Facebook. Please follow everything. Give this video a like if you liked it. Thank you guys for coming in, checking me out. I really appreciate all the support, guys. I'm trying to do this as best as I can with a side, just kind of being a side thing, while I'm working on school, working. I just kind of make ends meet and everything, and trying to do this on the side with something that I enjoy doing. And I've always wanted to do, but you know how that stuff goes, where you kind of always second guess yourself on that. I'm tired of second guessing. I want to do what I like doing. Was kind of why I went from one career and went back to school and doing programming and everything. So talk to you guys later. Remember, do what you want to do, not what people tell you to do. All right? You guys have a wonderful day. Be safe there in 2020, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.